Brilliant. What you haven't just seen is I've started that video and forgot to press record. That's how out of practice I am. Welcome to the walks. Here it is. The sun is setting. It's a beautiful evening, and Norwich are just about to disappear on the team coach in the corner. And one of the big things, I shouldn't step on the pitch today, is that there were fans, of course. There they are. Not really sure logistically how that works, given Monday is let's not get into it. But yes, there were fans here. It felt like a real game of football. And it was one that Norwich won, 3-1 here against Kings Lynn. The same scoreline for those interested that MK Dons won here on Tuesday night, I think. Not that I was here. But that's just a bit of context for you. Norwich probably not as far along as MK Dons. They would have started later in their pre-season training. But still, I'm not going to throw a load of massive assumptions and judgments on it at you because it's pre-season, and I think there's only so much you can take from it. Relative levels and all that sort of stuff, it's difficult to judge. There's Todd Cantwell, by the way, in the background. They have to be very careful about what they're doing with the players, and that is an element that we are still going to have to deal with through pre-season and the new season, is hoping that the players stay COVID-free so that they are available to play. Also staying injury-free, which does bring me on to the point probably from tonight. We didn't see Max Aarons, we didn't see Dimi Giannoulis. Now, he has pulled his hamstring slightly, so will be out for 12 to 14 days apparently. Should play in a friendly before the season is done, but we might not see him for the odd week. Max Aarons has a little knock as well. There he goes. I'm sure you'd rather see the back of Todd's head than the front of mine. Max has a little knock as well, but isn't expected to be out for too long. So I'm sure we'll see him very soon. I think everyone else is okay by all accounts. We actually saw Billy Gilmour today, which was lovely. He moved the ball around really well, good physicality. Given he basically had only started training with the team in the morning, I think Daniel Farke, speaking to us just then, said that sometimes with the younger player you can just throw them in, see if they can swim, and he can swim, so that's a good start. And I suppose the real key point from this evening is the system Norwich played. The first time in 5 pre-seasons, Daniel Farke went straight into his first friendly with a 3 at the back. They played, I would say, a 3-4-2-1 in the first half, and more of a 5-3-2 in the second. I don't know if I got that entirely right, but essentially went 2 up top in the second half and had 1 up top in the first. They kept the 3 at the back with wing backs, but just altered the midfield dynamic with a 3 in the second half and a 2 before. So really interesting. From everything I get and everything I hear, that is probably one way Norwich are going to tackle the Premier League. It may be their favoured way. There are good things I can see from that. I do like Jakob Sorensen as a right centre-back, but we, of course, didn't have Ben Gibson or Grant Hanley this evening. Christoph Zimmermann was back in the middle. Andrew Mbamidele clearly has come back in good form. As I said, Jakob was excellent. Billy ticked along nicely. Lucas Rupp did how he sort of played how he started last season. But again, we're talking about an impossible means of judging it, really. The goals, Kieran Dowell won the ball really high up and rifled in a low shot. He also scored the second in the first half, which I don't think he's convinced Jordan Hugill meant the pass. I think he thinks that he might have scuffed it. But either way, it was probably offside, but the linesman was well behind play and didn't flag. Good ball from Rupp to play in Hugill, and then he sort of squared for Dowell to rifle in off the crossbar, I think. Lynn got a goal back straight away. It was a beautiful strike from Moraes, I think, which pinged off the underside of the bar. Burrows hit the rebound with conviction. And then the second half sort of meandered along. There were a few changes. Todd Cantwell came on at half-time, which I imagine is maybe because he's been back late or maybe had a sort of I don't know, fitness issues or not, may not have been. But Todd played a lovely through ball late on for Idah to score Norwich's third and complete the scoring for the game. So there we go, we're up and running. Norwich got Lincoln, I think, on Tuesday. That's at Colney. I don't know if anyone's going to be allowed in on that because they will be shutting down Colney for the time being, I think. So we'll have to see how that goes. But yeah, Lynn didn't really have much of the ball. They had occasional good spells where it did work out, but ultimately Norwich showed the class, as you would expect. and we will see what we get in for the rest of the games. Don't think Daniel really opened up on what will happen in the transfer window from now on. It does sound like he does want players, though. It sounds like he wants a centre-back, a forward, and a couple of midfielders, and maybe some full-back cover, which I guess the injury to Yanulis does kind of underline. So we'll have to see how that pans out, because that's a lot of work with the season, with pre-season starting basically, which is always sort of interesting. But there we go. I'm going to sign off. Nice to be back. I hope you've all had wonderful summers. I'll try and remember how to turn this thing off. But it finished here, Norwich 3-1 winners against Kings Lynn Town. I hope Kings Lynn have a brilliant season under Ian Culverhouse. I'm sure they will. And let's hope that Norwich continue their preparations well before we get to the real stuff on August the 14th. Until then, take care of yourselves. Check out The Athletic, of course, theathletic.co.uk. I will be writing for them this year, as I have been over the last 2 seasons. It'd be great to do that back in the Premier League. Loads of big ideas and good stuff over there for you. So check that out, especially through pre-season. And wherever you're watching this, feel free to like, subscribe, and leave a comment, because I'll check them all out. I've got to try and work out how to do this for the games going forward. I might start doing them live. I haven't quite figured out how to do it yet, or how to do it, whichever. But yes, I will see you as pre-season ticks on. In the meantime, take care of yourselves and enjoy your summers as you go. I'll see you soon.